This video is sponsored by Senseiya Legend of Justice. For all Senseiya fans, here is your good news of the day. It's coming on your mobile, iOS or Android pretty soon. Pick your favorite heroes from the anime, all with different skills, and prepare yourself for the Galaxian Wars. Compose your own team, defeat legendary enemies from the original series, alone or with friends, in the first ever idle vertical game based on the original anime. To get there, take advantage of the AFK rewarding system, allowing you to get rewards even when you don't play. When you just feel like ruining other people's fun, join the arena, fight a random player and teach him who's the boss here. I can guarantee you that he will bite the dust. You can also try a more diplomatic approach by creating your alliance, unlocking even more game modes and precious rewards. Talking about rewards, beside the AFK method, you can always go faster onto unlocking things by completing stages of the tower mode, a game mode where every little step you make is a great reward to redeem. But let me give you a quick boost. Click the link in the description that will get you to the page on screen now. Click the Get Extra Rewards button and fill in the mailbox. Once it's done, go back to the top, click the Apple or Google button depending on your device to make a booking. Now wait till the launch of the game, the 12th of July, to enjoy the exact copy of the anime directly from your pocket. So, what are you waiting for? Join the game now. Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video, and before we start talking about the main subject, I just want you to take a look at what's behind you. It's my new home, my new apartment. I'll do a vlog when I will be able to, not necessarily right now, but do not worry. And so here is my new decoy. Do not worry, it's still going to be better. But I just wanted to highlight it because of how happy I am to be in my new home. That being said, we are here to talk about America. We are here to talk about the 4th of July. We are here to talk about all the offers that are currently in the shop. Because when you take a look at it, boys, there are plenties of fish in the sea. Just take a look at those American containers, for example. And I know that a lot of you are probably gonna give it a try simply because you have 14 crates for a 10% drop chance of a collector vehicle, which makes them probably one of the most worthy crates Wargaming ever released. And to be fair, this is why you only have the possibility of buying it one time, and it's probably for the best. As you see, among those, you get multiple tanks. But is it truly worth it spending your money on them, knowing that we are the 3rd of July and that the 4th, something quite special is coming? Because the 4th of July rhymes with T77. Wargaming already announced it, they showed it in a couple of videos. We are gonna get the new Tier 8 T57 Heavy in the game either tomorrow or Friday. So maybe that you want to keep your goals before doing anything with it, because if Wargaming is still following the path they've been doing for the couple of months that just got out, well, they will allow you to get it into the form of gold. You will have to spend gold on crates, unfortunately, but it's not necessarily either going to be a guaranteed tank, which means that right now and currently, if you're only looking to get new tanks in your garage without it being specifically the T77, maybe that the Americans container are for you. Today, guys, we'll take a look at the TS5, a tank that is available in the shop for 6.5k gold right now, and after a list of selected tanks from the American containers that you just want to get. So, the TS5. 6.5k gold for something that, in my opinion, is not even worth 2,000. Why? For two reasons. The first is obvious. There are multiple tank destroyers at tier 8 that are premiums and that are way better than this one. And the second is that if you really want to get a taste of what the TS5 is, just buy the T28. Grind your way to the T123, and when you get to the tier 8, you will get the TS5 equivalent. Because right now, that tank is nothing but a gun. And it's not even enough to save it, because yes, the gun is crazy, 7.8 seconds of reload for 400 alpha damage just gives you a great DPM, but it's so situational that you will never make a full use of it. Not a single time are you gonna be able to shoot all your shells straight without having to waste your time waiting for opponents to come across, etc, etc. And this bully situation is just quite upsetting. So there we go. I'm gonna give it a try here, and you see that, well, the IS-3 Defender is not wasting his time staying in front of us. He just got out. And this is the kind of thing that you're gonna have to deal with the TF5 pretty much every single goddamn time, which makes it not worth it. So there we go. We are turning. We got the tracks, and now we are trying to get to the battlefield. And it's always like that. At least you have a good armor against the tanks that are lower tier, because not even are you going to be able to bounce anything against tanks like IS-3 Defender and things like that. But hey, at least just be happy, boys. Be happy, because you are going to get something out of it. So there we go. Let's try to get the I6 right now. Come on. Is he gonna go in? Yes, he is. And now it's just pure pain, because when people can't penetrate you with a regular shell, they'll just go with the gold shell, which is logical. And with gold shell, they are just gonna snap you out of existence. So there we go. Let's try something. The RU is going away, which gives us a free ride to the IS6. Can we penetrate him, or at least bounce him? Come on, bounce. He's not even bouncing in the upper plate. Like, god damn it, what am I supposed to do with such a tank? This is just nasty, boys. But at least 7.8 seconds of reload are allowing me to destroy the RU before the guy has time to escape. But basically, even if here I did a good game because I was lucky that the enemies just went right in front of my gun, what most of your games will look like is you being either circled or penetrated with gold shell by most tanks you are gonna encounter. So no, you do not want a TS5 Bison in your freaking game. Now that we threw away the tanks we did not want, let's take a look at the tank we really want. And if you're lucky enough in an American container to get the tier 10 medium, or I should say heavy, but it's going to be a medium in the upcoming update, T95E6, well, you're kind of a lucky guy. Because currently, if you got the T95E6, you would probably be happy because it's tier 10, but after playing a couple of battles with it, you would think that it's a total waste of space and oxygen, and that you would rather get something a little bit better, like a VK or something like this. And to that, I'm gonna tell you that you're totally wrong. You're totally wrong for one reason only. That thing is getting a huge buff in the upcoming update, the 9.1. And this update is definitely gonna change the tank for good, because you're gonna get better mobility, more mobility, and a better gun overall, including a better DPM. So in definitive, you're gonna get yourself a better version of the tank that is supposed to be a medium. And well, having the possibility of playing a heavy tank as a medium is always an advantage for one and one reason only: the ability to combine heavy playstyle and medium playstyle, which means that the T95E6 is weaker against other heavies, but stronger than medium versus medium fights. And it's going to be a pretty good advantage if you know how to play with it, because of course the T95E6 is still a tank that you need to play only when you have good understanding of the game. So there we go. Let's see if we do have a good understanding of the game by trying to sneak a couple of shells on that fella. Of course, he had to move away. Not a problem. Sneaking a shot on the Hori as a revenge. Okay, we're getting pushed out of the map. We're probably gonna die during this game and not be able to win. But yeah, that's part of the game, I guess. There is nothing we can do about it. Let's try instead to circle around and use our 10 degrees of gun depression on the WZ, because we know that this guy is going to be weaker and that he's probably gonna try something stupid like poking out around the corner, which he did. Let's see if there is someone else that we can fight. If there is none, we will get to the WZ. Come on, there we go. The guy is dead. Now we only have to deal with an I8 that doesn't have the gun depression. We're probably gonna take one in the process, but right now it's over. It's over, or nearly over. Okay, it seems like we're coming back into the game. And as you can see, with the T95E6, I'm not trying to use my armor, because every time I try, I'm getting bullet. But I would rather use my mobility. This is why I circle the WZ. This is why I circle the I8. And a lot of people are thinking that this tank is not something to be afraid of, because as you can see, nobody tried to really focus me at all. And not doing this with such a tank is so much of a mistake, and specifically in the upcoming update, the 9.1. So in definitive, if you're looking for a medium that can still work part-time as a heavy, the T95E6 is for you, and you would be quite lucky to be among the first one to test the new tank in the 9.1 update. The second tank we gotta talk about that is available in the American containers is the T54E2. You all know the abilities of that tank, how versatile it is. It's basically a T125 at tier 8 with better specs compared to its tier, because right now the T125 is just a tank that is taking dust because of how many impressive tanks Wargaming is releasing that are just doing the exact same job as the T125 does, but in a better way. So to come back to the T54E2, that thing is just packing. And out of all the tanks you can get on the American containers, in my opinion, this is the most worthy. Not only does this tank, has an impressive amount of armor, it also features a great gun and a great mobility, making it obviously one of the greatest heavies to acquire at tier 8. But it comes with a few downsides, one of them being its weakness, which is the engine. When you take a shot in the engine with this thing, you are gonna get sent to another world, because you're either gonna get in fire, you're gonna caught fire, or you are gonna get your engine destroyed and your mobility is just going to be out. Now, there is a second downside, which is where the ammos are located. It's actually not easy. I'm not gonna say that it's easy, but it's not hard to just ammo rack the T54E2 if you shoot at the right weak spot. Weak spot being right here, though this little plate here is where ammunitions are stocked, as well as the back of the turret, but it's more convenient because not a lot of people will be able to access shots or sights of shots from this area. Now, that being said, the thing about this tank is to play it aggressively. As you can see through my replay here, I'm gonna be the motor of my team. I'm gonna be the guy, the leader that just stands where I need to stand. And this is what is impressive with the T54E2, its ability to change side to side and to be a motive for your, or motivation I should say, for your allies. For example, here I did not hesitate to go to the middle of the battlefield to be able after to help my teammates. Even if I went here a little bit late because they died before I made it, at least it allowed me to get a comfortable position from which I was able to either snap my shells on the SU-130PM, which is right now the main threat, or at least advance a little bit and make sure that they are perma-spotted. On top of that, when you just angle the slightest your frontal armor, you see that it becomes impossible for your opponents to penetrate. Not the Juto, not the SU-130PM, and both of them have impressive values in terms of penetration. So in the end, we are quite good, and I'm not gonna make you waste your time any longer. The Shisei was AFK, we bullied it just enough for us to get the 4th kill, and we got ourselves 4k damage. Finishing the game with a juicy victory, quite not deserved because they had an AFK, and maybe that the battle will have turned out differently if the AFK dared to actually play the game, but at least it gave me 200,000 credits and I'm not gonna spit on them. So in definitive, the American containers, in my opinion, are a good opportunity if you have some gold to waste. If it's not the case, you really do not want to do that. Keep your gold, wait for an original and regular offer in the game, something that will allow you to get a tank directly. And waiting for that to happen, I'm probably gonna review the T77 that should be out tomorrow. And I hope that you all have a great Sunday, at least as good as mine, because right now behind me, and you can't see it, I have a couple of Lego sets to finish and to upload on YouTube. So I'm gonna leave you there, guys. Yeah.